Hey, good morning. How you doing? It is very early morning here. I haven't even started class yet, so I've got half an hour before that happens. I haven't made a video for some time because I have been 2 weeks dealing with trying to get my new Indian visa. It's one of the hardest times I've had in my life to get that visa, and makes me miss the days when we U.S. citizens could have those 10-year paper visas. You had to be in the States to get it, but it was in your visa. It was a piece of paper and it lasted for 10 years, and you only had to leave every 6 months for at least 24 hours, and you could come back. And that was delightful. You got to do it one time and you didn't have to do it again. Having to do a new visa process yearly, and in this case, I had to do it in August, and now I just had to do it again. It's just frustrating. Anyway, neither here nor there. That's not what I'm here to talk about. Many people have been curious about chakras and my opinion of chakras, and it's not my opinion, it's my experience. And I've read a lot of Shastra where they discuss the chakras, but mostly where you get the information from is when you are having the experience of them yourself. And a lot of people, and oh, by the way, the word is not chakra. A lot of people who speak English say chakra. It's written in the Roman alphabet, it's written with a CH. And CH is not sha in most languages, it's cha. So if you see it written in the Devanagari script, when it's written in Sanskrit, it is the symbol that makes the sound cha. So just so you know, and it's not it's chakra, not chakra. So it's chakra. It's an not an and that's the two the a sounds. Anyway, and a lot of people consider the chakras as something in the energetic body only. When I was studying Kundalini Yoga all those years ago, one of the things that really resonated with me, and when I was digging in, is they were corresponding a physical. Typically, they'll correspond the chakra with an area on the spine, which is true and fine. That doesn't that doesn't I'm not trying to dissuade that, because that has its truth too. But that's the back side of the chakra, is at the area of the spine. The front side usually corresponds to a physical area in the body, and it corresponds to one of our endocrine systems, our glandular systems. So say the crown chakra would be the pineal gland. The third eye, Bhumadhya chakra, is your pituitary gland. Thyroid gland is the Vishuddha chakra. Thymus gland, because it's the heart center, it's not where the physical heart is, it's the heart center. And the thymus gland is right in that area, and it's in control of the immune system. And, that's the Anahata chakra. Manipura chakra is your adrenal glands. They're kind of back behind the stomach, but they're still in that same area in front of the spine. And then the Swadhisthana is your gonads if you're a male, or your female, um, your ovaries if you're a female. And if the root chakra, the Muladhara chakra, is prostate gland. Male or female, they both have a prostate gland. Females has a different technical name, but it can also be called the female prostate gland. Anyway, so you can also think of those areas. So if you know what chakras are about, and the root chakra is about fight or flight, it's about making stability within yourself, finding home. Home doesn't mean a physical place that you live in, but a home inside yourself, so you are comfortable within your own being, and opening up and feeling grounded and rooted. Then you can know when you have trouble in that area. Some of these possibly are usually symptoms you'll find. So for me, I've had a lot of different spots. My lower back was really bad. That's your Swadhisthana chakra for so many years. And then my middle back, from your heart chakra and your Manipura chakra, somewhere between the two, for so many years, I had trouble with that. And I haven't had a lot of trouble in those areas in the last several years. The one area I've had is in my neck, and it's just crazy, which is your thyroid, which is your Vishuddha chakra, which a lot of people correspond as speaking your truth. And most people say, how do you have trouble in that area? Because you are very blunt in speaking your truth. Well, that's also a problem, to be so blunt that you're not even compassionate to other people's feelings, and you just say it in a way that would be very maybe even abusive. And I really have worked on the last few years trying to not be as verbally abusive as I can be. And it's not that I'm being verbally abusive to be abusive. It's that I believe, for me, I would rather you kind of hurt me with the truth than to um, lie to me and hurt me in that way. So the truth makes more sense to me. So I always thought that that should be it. But the neck problems since I've been here in Germany have just gotten worse and worse and worse. They just I couldn't sleep good, and every time I did sleep, when I did sleep good, I would kind of stay in one spot and kink my neck, and I'd wake up, and all day long, especially on this right side, which corresponds to the left brain, which is the masculine side of the brain, the positive, the Shiva side. Something been striving to get in contact with for the past couple of years. And it was kind of manifesting all the way up the base of my skull, maybe halfway up. There's kind of these dents here, and it would be tense from there. So, like, say behind your eyes, where I always say your pituitary gland, you go all the way back to here. Um, you always try to relax that area, and I never could all the way, but not even inside, on the outside, the muscles and the ligaments around the skull, all the way down, especially this side, but both sides of my neck were just a mess and driving me crazy for especially the last month. So last Saturday, I'd been told by a friend about this lady here in Germany who was Indian. She is from Telangana, which used to be Andhra Pradesh, or it's half of Andhra Pradesh, or what it used to be. She's Indian. She is 65, so she's 11 years older than me. Well, almost 10, or 10, because I'll be 55 next month. And I was reading her website and checking her out. My friend told me she kind of had a feeling of experience of her removing something from her. So when you read her website, she goes by Mother Mira. Her website talks about she kind of you kind of have your head down and she'll touch you on both sides of your temples, and you can kind of feel something when she's doing that. And then so she's physically unknotting or untying any knots in any chakras. That's what she's doing. So I was excited to go, and then the first trip got canceled. So finally last Saturday I went with some of my students here, and she's untying the knots in your chakras, and then when she pulls her hands away, you sit up and you look in her eyes, and she's filling you full of light. And it says in her website, explains that she has different kinds of light she fills different people with depending on the situation, and it's not something she discusses. She doesn't talk the whole time. She does talk, and she has an Instagram page where they have a lot of quotes from her, but her energy is very calm and very peaceful. So you feel very okay letting her do it. And it's a whole room full of people, and each one's going row after row of people sitting on their knees in front of her and having her do this. So at the beginning of it, I felt my brain shut off. Like I could not clearly think of anything until yesterday, and today is Tuesday. So sometime in the day yesterday, my brain started kind of getting functional again. And I'm not saying I was like completely obliterated, but my brain was really calm and clear and open. There was no overthinking. So anyway, at that moment, it just kind of shut off. And then when I went back to sit down after that experience, and it's very short, you might be there even just a minute, sometimes maybe 2 minutes, when she's actually doing the thing. I started feeling a kind of a trickling down feeling inside my skull, and it stopped around here for a while, and it kept going, and it was slower, and then it got about mid-chest, because I felt like I've done a lot of work between my solar plexus and my heart to get that area open. And so that I was trying to figure out why it didn't keep going down, and I think that maybe the lower ones were okay. And so after that, I felt just kind of giddy, and all of us had our own little experiences, and but our brains were kind of very relaxed and we went to dinner out in this little area in this village, and we had a great time. We were laughing and giggling, and kind of like kids playing, but we were just talking and laughing and eating food, and just enjoying it. It was really great. So it was interesting, and then when I got home and I did my nightly puja and I went to sleep and I woke up the next day, I just felt relaxed and amazing, and the tension in my neck was gone, like fully gone. And I usually do vocal exercises because I studied, how to sing because I chant a lot. And so the singing kind of teaches you how to use your diaphragm to get the sound to come up through your throat. And I usually do these vocal exercises, and my neck, because my neck's tight, it helps relax the neck. And I started doing them. I'll do it in the shower in the morning because it's really nice to do it in the shower before I come downstairs and do my puja. Here, the shower's up in the shala, and I come back down. At home, it's a different thing. Um, and I didn't really need to do them. I felt no tension in my neck and my throat, nothing. So I stopped and I just kind of sang some songs and stuff instead of trying to do these opening exercises. And I sang and I had a really great time. And it was commented to me a couple times that my chanting that morning and since then has been really powerful. And if you're chanting properly in Sanskrit and you're using the idea of uchara, where you're vibrating the sound from your lowest chakra all the way up, so sound current is meant to clear your chakras and meant to open you up. Different sounds for different ones. And I didn't have to do that. I felt the openness in all of the spaces. It's quite interesting. So I feel no more block in this area, and I don't feel any pain in my base of my skull, in the back of my head, and my neck, especially this side, is been feeling amazing. And then it comes that my friend who we went this weekend with, and she's the one who drove, she left her jacket there and found out that she can pick it up this weekend because she only does sessions on the weekends. So she can come this weekend, and she told us this, and I said, well, hey, what if we go back there and have another session? Because if we have to drive all the way there, you have to drive all the way there. I can go and keep you company, and so a few of us have already re-registered, and we're going to go again and see what comes out of it this time because it can be different things. Now the idea is, you can do these things yourself with all these techniques. So you kind of have to focus on what you need. If you can tell where the tension is in your body, you can tell the area of the problem. Like mine was here at my Vishuddha chakra. You could have some tension in your chest or in your middle of your back or in your heart or in your lungs, in your solar plexus even, and that can be between your manipura and your heart, which is where a typical block is, where your diaphragm is. So if you get the diaphragm freed up, it allows the energy to move between the upper and the lower chakras more easily. Yeah, it's a very profound experience, and I'm curious to see what happens this time. I don't necessarily enjoy that I'm having someone else do it for me, but also it's nice to also not have to always do all the work because I work on myself daily, and it's nice to have the experience of someone else who has this ability because she's just channeling this energy through her to do that and give me a little one up. So it's kind of like I took the pill to get rid of the problem. Now I can keep vibrating and chanting and creating higher vibrations and feeling everything and making sure I keep it clear for the rest of my life and not have to rely on someone else. It's really amazing. And just this Saturday will be maybe one more week before I go back to India. Since the visa got approved, I need to buy my ticket. I need to buy my ticket today so I know when I'm leaving and I can kind of start planning. It'll be interesting to see what this second session does to kind of integrate or clear up or what can go on, or maybe more needs to be done in that area. I don't know. I'm just now starting to feel my body back in a more grounded way. I was really not saying I'm out of my body, but since the thinking process wasn't there, I wasn't finding tension anywhere. I was just feeling open and relaxed and clear. And now I'm kind of feeling, I did practice yesterday and today, and I'm feeling that musculature with its aches when you do a strong practice. And so now I want to see and feel what goes on and the next experience, and work on knowing how to keep it myself very open. It's very interesting to have everything be so open and to feel this clarity in my voice that's coming out that I wouldn't have or don't typically have. And I haven't done anything today. Today I did my whole puja chanting mentally inside, so I didn't do anything external. And yet I feel so relaxed. It's amazing. Anyway, so pay attention to where your attention is and where you find these issues. And I'm not telling you to focus on those things. I'm telling you to start, once you notice where that is, think about the energy that's coming behind that that's causing it. So the energy is not moving so much there. And what can you do to get that energy moving? For me, if it was your lower back, and I would be working more on my mula and uddiyana bandha to get the energy from the root up, and also to get it from the root down into the ground, down through the legs, so you have energy flowing everywhere. Once you get the energy moving, it tends to take care of the problem. If you're looking for a physical problem every time, you're really going to find it. There are tons of them and tons of doctors who want to give you a prescription to take care of this physical problem. If you can find the energetic cause of it, why not do the work there and take care of it, So that's just my few minutes of my ideas around chakras. I can talk about it for a much longer time, but class is coming up in a few minutes, so I need to get ready to go upstairs and teach. And so thank you and have a great day. And I'll talk to you again soon. Okay. Ciao.